Good morning. So today we are going to discuss the topic static determinate and kinematic indeterminate structures. Before determinate and indeterminate structure, first we need to find the what are the reactions and equilibrium equations to identify the structure that is determinate or indeterminate structure. So for that purpose, first I need to know which type of support having the different type of reactions and how many equilibrium equations for the beam or a structure or a structure means frame or a truss. Okay, first we need to discuss the first two reactions. So in this reactions, first we consider this roller support. This is called support B is called as a roller support because here some rollers are available. So with this roller, the moment of this AB support, AB of this span AB move in this way or in this way. Okay, so therefore this type of support is known as roller support. In this roller support, if you observe before and after application of the load on this AB span, so like this way the beam may rotate. Okay, so therefore it does not offer any resistance to the bending moment. Okay, so there is no bending moment developed in the support B, that is roller support, because it is having hinge connection. So because it having hinge connection like this way, for example, if you consider this beam and this is the roller support, these both we have a some small hinge connection. With this connection the beam may rotate either in this direction or in this direction. Okay, so therefore the roller support, it does not offer any bending moment resistance. Therefore there is no bending moment in the support B, and also it is free to rotate in the horizontal direction. Okay, that means for example, generally this roller support is provided in the structure to provide to extension expand or contraction of the structure. Due to summer, the entire structure if a structure entirely the structure may be steel. So due to temperature, the steel members may be expand. Due to expand for the providing of expansion, we are providing a roller support at the free ends. So in this connection, so if in summer condition, the members may be expand, so in this direction. In the winter direction, so all members may be contract, and the entire structure will contract in this direction, and may the structure may move in this direction. So if we not provide this expansion and contraction joints, or maybe contraction provision or expansion provision, the structure may fail suddenly, or maybe uneven stresses develop in the structure. So for this purpose, generally we are providing the roller supports at the ends. Okay, so therefore there is no free to rotate and the horizontal direction. So and all horizontal displacement possible. So because in this direction or in this direction the roller support may move, so therefore it offers only the vertical reaction. So because, for example, if okay, for example, if we provide any point load or any UDL, so it does not move in this direction. Okay, because it having a rigid support below this roller support. So therefore a roller support can offer only the vertical reaction. Okay, so clearly what I am saying that, so clearly once observe this roller support, it does not offer any bending moment. It does not offer any resistance toward the horizontal force, and horizontal reactions are not developed, but only the vertical reaction is only developed at the roller support. Therefore the number of reactions at the roller support is 1. So this is the most important. For a roller support we have only one reaction, that is vertical reaction is present at the roller support. Okay, so next one, immovable hinged support. So this is called immovable hinged support. So the roller support is other name also having that movable hinged support or simple support. Okay, so next, immovable hinged support. Immovable hinged support is, that means the figure A shows the immovable hinged support. So the support A of this figure, so it again the is the support A of the structure also, sorry, the support A also, it freely rotate in this direction. So because initially the beam is in this direction or in this length, after application of the any loads, the beam may rotate like this way. So hence there is no bending moment and there is no offer the resistance to bending moment. So therefore, so it offers any bending moment in the hinge support, but it offers horizontal reaction as well as vertical reaction. If you clearly observe, so for example, if any point load or unit load or incline loads present in this beam, so the support beam move in this direction or maybe in this direction, but in this support there is no rollers beneath the surface. So the point A before and after the application of the load, so the point A does not change in this direction. So therefore it offers a horizontal reaction. So and also it does not provide, it does not move in the downward direction. So hence the immovable hinge support offers a vertical reaction also. So therefore finally concluded that, so immovable hinge support having two reaction components, that is one is vertical reaction and one is horizontal reaction. Okay, so in immovable hinge support offers only two reactions, that is two horizontal and vertical reactions. And roller support, it offers only the vertical reaction. So therefore to roller support having one reaction components, immovable hinge support having two reaction components. uh, Next to fixed support, if you clearly observe fixed support, for example this is fixed support A. So before application of this, first initially without load, so the beam like this way. After loading of this, after loading on this beam, so the beam may bending like this way or any deflected shape like this way. So but the shape deflection is not start at the exactly at the joint A. So therefore indirectly it says it offers a greater bending moment resistance, because it offers a bending moment at this point. Okay, and also while application of any inclined load or horizontal loads on this beam, it does not move in this direction or in this direction, because having it's a rigid support at A. Okay, and also any vertical loads applied on this structure, and also the beam, it does not go in downward direction. So again it offers a vertical reaction. So therefore finally I was say that um, so so fixed support offers, it offers bending moment resistance and offers it a horizontal resistance and vertical resistance. So finally we have three reaction components in the fixed support. So therefore in a fixed support we have generally three reactions, that is vertical reaction, because the support A does not move in the downward direction because of its rigid support. So one vertical reaction. Second, and also due to rigid support, the beam should not go in this direction or in this direction. Therefore, it offers a horizontal reaction. And also due to the bending of this nature, the joint A does not rotate. The joint A before and after the joint is same in this position. So therefore, the point A offers also bending resistance. So therefore, three reactions which are present at the fixed support. So therefore, we have only three reactions at the fixed support. So these are the main supports which are available in all type of structures and all type of beams. Okay, so this is about introduction to the reactions. Next, equilibrium equations. So first equilibrium equations, generally we have three equilibrium equations, that is summation of horizontal forces equal to 0, summation of vertical forces equal to 0, summation of moments is equal to 0. So there are three equilibrium equations. These three equilibrium equations are available, are applicable in the, if the structure is in the plane only. Okay, if the structure, so some exams asked that like that way, what are the how many equilibrium equations present in a structure if a structure is present in single plane. Okay, so therefore the three equilibrium equations are present. Okay, if a structure that is like 3D structure and a three-dimensional structure, if a structure having three-dimensional structure, they for the three-dimensional structure we have six equilibrium equations present. So those six equilibrium equations are, so summation of vertical forces, summation of forces in xyz is equal to 0. So 1 2 3 equations, and the summation of moments in xyz is equal to 0. So three equations, totally six equations present. So again on this 3D structure we have totally six equilibrium equations, that is three translations along the directions. So for example in x direction we have three translation directions. Okay, and again it's the three-dimensional coordinates. We have three rotational reactions present. So totally we have six equilibrium equations present. Okay, so that is the main concept. So we have six we have discussed about reactions. So finally again I am explaining that. So roller support, we are having only one support. Okay, one reaction, sorry. So one reaction. Immovable hinged support we have only two reaction component. Fixed support we have three reaction components. Okay, so next, equilibrium equations. So generally we have three equilibrium equations for the structure. If a structure is present in plane, okay, this equilibrium equations may vary for the trusses and frames. Okay, for basically this is the three equilibrium equations for basically for beams. Okay, and also for the 3D structure we have six equilibrium equations. Those six equilibrium equations are three translation reactions and translation equations, three rotational equations. Okay, so this is the about reactions and equilibrium equations. Next, if you say, if you see, and if you say a structure is determinate structure, and determinate structure, it should be depend upon the reactions and equilibrium equations. Whenever the structure or a beam is said to be a determinate structure or indeterminate structure, it depends upon the reactions and equilibrium equation. If 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 number of unknown reactions are is equal to the number of equilibrium equations alone, then the type of structure is a determinate structure. Okay, otherwise that is a indeterminate structure. That is, if number of unknown reactions is more, if number of unknown reactions is more compared to available number of equilibrium equations, so then the type of equations or structures is known as indeterminate structures. For example, I will show you a small example. For example, a plus b. For example, 2a plus b. For example, taken as 2a plus b is equal to 5. Okay, with this only one equation, can anyone find out this? What about AB value? Can anyone find out the value with this only available equation? So we cannot find out the AB value. When we have another equation, for example, 3A plus 4B or 5B or 1BB is equal to 4, then we can find out the AB values. How? We have two equations. Okay, we have two equations, two unknowns. So with the available two equations, two unknowns, we can easily find out these two unknowns. Same way, if unknown reactions is 3, we have to need three equations, same like this way. Okay, if two unknowns is there, two equilibrium equations must. Okay, so then only we can find out this and this AB value, then only we can determine the A and B value. Same like this is the structure is a determinate. We need three reaction, three equilibrium equations. So with this way we can find out the determinate structure. Same if we reactions is 4, equilibrium equations 3, so then the type of structure is indeterminate structure, because we cannot find out the which any one of these unknown reaction in this members. Okay, so therefore we cannot determine, so therefore this is a indeterminate structure. So simply we can say that if a structure having number of unknown reactions is equal to number of equilibrium equation, then the type of structure is known as determinate structure. If a number of unknown reactions is more compared to number of available equilibrium equation, then the type of structure is not a indeterminate structure. We can detail discuss in the next chapter. Okay, next one we have next to degree of freedom. So degree of freedom means simply we have two definitions. So I will tell this definition. So the number of unknown displacement of a structure is known as degree of freedom for that structure, and that means simply, so the number of unknown members, unknown reactions, unknown um, members. So how many number of unknown members or unknown reactions is present in a structure? So that is a degree of freedom. Okay, for example, in this structure, for example, this is a property cantilever. So for generally property cantilever have four reactions and equilibrium equation 3. So 4 minus 3 1. So therefore the degree of freedom for that property cantilever is 1. So that means the 1 represents the, we need one extra equation. Okay, so because already I will explain in this sentence. So by simply we can observe by using this 4 minus 3 reactions 4 3 equilibrium equations 3 4 minus 3 1. So by compared this degree of freedom, so what we learned that, so we need still one extra equations to solve the that is proper cantilever. So for this analysis of property cantilever, we need we can have number of methods: Clapeyron's theorem method, slope deflection method, and we are discussed about moment area method. So like this number of methods which are available to find the reactions for after available extra equilibrium equation. So we have three equilibrium equations. So but we need extra one equation. So the extra one equation will be taken by using Clapeyron's three moment equation or moment area method or any so many methods. Okay, so one more important point is, so if suppose if we take A B C 3 points before this is before any application of the load, but after application of the load on this beam, so the point A B C are changes from, so A to A dash and B to B dash and C to C dash. Okay, so before application of the load, the points A B C are present in this place. After application of the load, the points A B C are moving like this. The changes in the points may be A dash B dash C dash. Okay, if the displacement in the vertical direction, if the vertical displacement happens, so then the type of the point is known as deflection. Okay, otherwise if the displacement is present in angular direction, angular displacement, suppose this is point here. So after placing of the load, the point C changes in the way. So therefore the point C changes from C dash in the angular displacement. So therefore whenever the point or any element is which displacement in the angular direction, that type of member is known as rotation. If a vertical displacement taken, so that is deflection. Okay, so already same this type topics already discussed in last two. Okay. Okay, so this is about introduction about degree of freedom. So next one, determinate structure. Already I was explained in this class. So that is number of reactions is equal to equilibrium equations. Then the type of structure is known as determinate structure. For example, I will explain one or two more examples. For example, this is a cantilever beam. So cantilever beam, we have only one fixed support. So the in fixed support we have three reactions. So three reactions and equilibrium equations. Already I was told that. So for beams we have three equilibrium equations. So three reactions, three equilibrium equations. Therefore, this is a determinate structure. If we take a simply support, we have two reactions at a immovable hinged support and one reaction at a roller support. So therefore totally 2 plus 1, so total three reactions. For beams we have three equilibrium equations. So therefore three reactions is equal to three equilibrium equations. Therefore simply supported is a determinate structure and cantilever beam is a determinate structure. If we take frame, if a frame we have one immovable hinged support, one roller support. So two reactions and one reaction. So totally three reactions. So for frame we have also three equilibrium equations. So 3 plus 3 is 3 equal to 3. So the equilibrium equations is 3. So therefore this is also a determinate structure. So like this continuous beam we have for vertical loading condition, horizontal reactions is not present in the member. So therefore, so uh, sorry, so this is not correct. Okay, so next for arches, if we take arches, we have four reactions, because at the ends we have two reactions at the supports. So therefore four reactions, and we have totally four equations. That is three are equilibrium equations. One is taking moment about C because it is a hinge. So therefore totally we have four equilibrium equations. So therefore arch is a determinate structure. So when the three hinge arch is a determinate structure, two hinge arch is not a determinate structure, it is a indeterminate structure. So three hinge arch is a determinate structure. Okay, this is about determinate structure. Next, indeterminate structure, same already we are discussed in this class only, that is the last few minutes back. So that is indeterminate structure. So indeterminate structure you already told if the number of unknown reactions, not equilibrium equation. In number of reactions clearly not clearly visible in this place. So if a number of reactions is more than the available equilibrium equation, then the type of structure is known as, or beam is known as indeterminate structure. For example, if we take a proper cantilever, so we have four reactions, that is three reactions at the fixed support, one reaction is at the prop, that is a roller support, which have, and the roller support we have only one vertical reaction, therefore totally we have four reactions. But equilibrium equations, we need only three equilibrium equations, that is summation of vertical forces, horizontal forces equal to 0, and moments is equal to 0. So totally we have three equilibrium equations. So 4 minus 3, that is equal to 1. So therefore therefore this is a indeterminate structure. So reactions is more compared to equilibrium equation. So by using this, we can also find out the how many compatibility equations required for this beam, and also in terms of in the degree of freedom. So degree of freedom or compatibility equations, both are represents the how many compatibility equations required to analysis the beam. So for the proper cantilever beam, we need one compatibility equation, that is we can, if we take before and after the placing of the load, the point B does not change at any does not change at the point. So therefore the deflection at B is equal to 0 0. So with this consideration, we need one extra, we can get one extra equation, that is C, we can get one extra equation, that equation is compatibility equation, that is equal to 1. So then the structure maybe we can determine. So this way we are we can find out the, we can analyze the problems of proper cantilever. Okay, if we take suppose this is a two immovable hinge support, both immovable hinge support, we have two reactions, so therefore 2 plus 2 4 reactions, and equilibrium equations 3. So 4 for the structure we have for this beam we have 4 reactions, 3 equilibrium equations, therefore this is a indeterminate structure. Like this way, if we take a fixed beam, so fixed beam we have both ends, we have fixed supports, each fixed support we have 3 reactions, that is vertical and horizontal and moment. So the 3 reactions is present in this fixed support, and 3 reactions present in this fixed support. So totally we have 6 reactions, but we have available equilibrium equations is 3. So therefore we need, so therefore reactions is more compared to equilibrium equations, therefore a fixed beam is indeterminate structure, a proper cantilever is indeterminate structure. Okay, if a simple support with one end is also a immovable hinge support, so then this type of a beam also indeterminate structure. If a continuous beam more than two supports, then also then the type of beam also is indeterminate structure, because we have three supports, okay, three spans, sorry, three spans, so 1 2 3. So here fixed support have three reactions, roller support one reaction, roller support one reaction, roller support one reaction. So 1 plus 1 plus 1, three reactions, three reactions at fixed support. So total we have 6 reactions, equilibrium equations 3. So therefore 6 reactions is more. So therefore this is also a indeterminate structure. So finally we concluded that we need we need three equilibrium, so three compatibility equations are, or three conditional equations are required to analyze the continuous beam. So that is, so therefore we have three conditional equilibrium equations. So then we can find, then the structure may, then the beam we can determine, then the beam may determine structure. So but initially this is a indeterminate structure, and its degree of freedom may be 3. Okay, so this is about degree of indeterminacy. So next degree of indeterminate or determinate structure. Next one, degree of indeterminacy, the most important one. So simply we can say that degree of static indeterminacy, we can mostly call it as degree of static indeterminacy. So static indeterminacy is number of reactions minus equilibrium equation. So generally number of reactions minus equilibrium equation. If we concluded with conditional equations, then the maybe it may vary. So but degree of indeterminacy, it depends upon the number of unknowns minus equilibrium equations. Therefore number of unknowns means reactions, so reactions minus equilibrium equation, simply you kept in mind. So that is degree of static indeterminacy is reactions minus equilibrium equations. For example, I will explain one example. For example, if we, for example, this is a fixed beam. For in this fixed beam we have 6 reactions, because each fixed support we have 3 reactions in this side, 3 reactions in this side. So totally we have 6 reactions, and equilibrium equations is 3. So 6 minus 3, so 3. So therefore degree of static indeterminacy is 3. So therefore this is an indeterminate structure, and it's having indeterminate is 3. Okay, thank you. Next, if a beam having internal hinges, if a beam having internal hinges, if a internal hinge present in a beam, the hinge having two additional reactions to find the at the hinges, and also this hinge is develops. This hinge divides the beam in two parts. If a hinge, suppose if a hinge between fixed beam, then the fixed beam divides into two beams. Okay, so for each beam we have three equilibrium equations. If we see this figure clearly, this is a fixed beam, but in this fixed beam we have black color dotted spots, observing that the black color spotted giving that is a hinged connection. So in the hinged connection we have two reactions develops, and also each hinge divides the beam into two beams. So therefore if you observe that point, so therefore reactions, how many reactions is present? So here three reactions is three reactions, so totally six equations. But additionally we have two hinges. Because of presence of hinges we have two additional equations. So that is here two equations, here two equations, totally we have 2 plus 2, so therefore 6 plus 4. So totally 10 reactions present in this beam. And also equilibrium equations, generally if a single fixed beam we have only three equilibrium equations, but due to presence of hinge, so due to presence of hinge it divides the two beams. Okay, one again here one, here also one hinge. So in this hinge it also divides the beam into two beams. So therefore we have one, two, three, so three beams, so three equilibrium equations, so simply three bars. Okay, so 3 3 are 9, so therefore 10 minus 9, so therefore this is a indeterminate of 1. Okay, so generally whenever the hinge present in the beam, so in the hinge we have two reactions, and the hinge divides the beam into two spans, that is two bars. Okay, for example if you observe this figure, so we have first we have to find the reactions. So therefore immovable hinge support we have two reactions, roller support one reaction, total three reactions, and here also immovable hinge support, therefore two reactions. So therefore 2 plus 2 plus 1, so totally we have five reactions up to this point. But about we have two hinges at this point I am mentioning. So this is one hinge support, this is one hinge support. So in this hinge support we have two reactions, and hinge in this hinge support we have two reactions. So therefore additionally we got additional four equations. So therefore totally, so 6 plus 8 plus 9, so totally we have nine equations. Next, so due to presence of this hinge we have one beam in this side, one beam in this side. Again due to presence of this hinge we have one beam in this side, one beam in this side. So totally we have three beams. So each beam we have three equilibrium equations. So therefore totally 3 into 3, so total 9 equilibrium equations. Therefore 9 reactions, 9 equilibrium equations. So therefore 9 minus 9 is equal to 0. Therefore this is a determinate structure. So the most important, whenever the hinges is present, these points is must and should to identify the points. Okay, so thank you.